Then on Sports Central, we go over a college football bowl preview and prediction on the 2021 Bahamas Bowl matchup between Middle Tennessee State and Toledo. Both teams have had excellent seasons up to this point, and this is a great opportunity to have a quality bowl win to finish out the season for both these teams. We'll be going over a full game preview and prediction on this matchup here today, starting out with your team trends. Middle Tennessee State beat Florida Atlantic. 27-17 was the final score there, and they got into the bowl picture with a win there. They are 6-6 heading into bowl season with a one-game winning streak. So Middle Tennessee at 6-6, I mean, they're a decent team, kind of a middle-of-the-pack team in their conference with a 6-6 record, but overall, decent season for Middle Tennessee. And as for Toledo, beat Akron 49-14 was the final score there. They're 7-5. Quality record, and it's been a good season for the Rockets with a 3-game winning streak going into this game as well. This game will be on Friday, December 17th, so actually the first day that bowls are going on, this game will be on as well. I think it's the first bowl game to kick off as well. Game time is noon Eastern in Nassau in the Bahamas. Your spread is currently Toledo by 9, over-unders 53, and we do not quite yet have the FPI. This is being recorded on the day after the Bulls are selected, so we don't know the FBI quite yet. But as for the opening spread and the over-under, we got Toledo by 9, and your over-under is 53. This is also the first matchup in the history of Middle Tennessee and Toledo going head-to-head, so that's another interesting fact about this matchup. Here's your stat comparison. Middle Tennessee State's got 29 points per game, 25 points allowed. You got 235 passers a game, 120 rush yards, so mainly a passing offense, it looks like here, out of Middle Tennessee. And then for yards allowed, you got 238 passing and then 128 for rushing. As for the Rockets, 34 points per game, 21 points allowed, 241 passers a game, 193 rush yards. So kind of a split offense between passing and rushing, balanced offense there with Toledo. And then for yards allowed, we got 191 passing and then 150 for rushing. In some recent matchups as well for Middle Tennessee State, they've won 3 of their last 5. They have taken a couple of tough losses, lost to Western Kentucky, runner-up of the conference, 21-48. Also lost to Old Dominion by a touchdown there, 17-24. That was especially a tough loss there on November 20th. But otherwise, beat Florida International, FIU, 50-10. Beat FAU, 27-17 on the road. And also beat Southern Miss back on October 30th, 35-10. And as for Toledo, beat Akron, beat Ohio, beat Bowling Green over their past 3 games. Haven't lost a game since November 2nd when they lost to Eastern Michigan 49-52. That was a shootout there. They also beat Western Michigan 34-15. So overall, been a solid season for both teams, and obviously, I mean, both teams haven't really been major contenders in the conferences with 6 or 7 wins on both sides here. But both teams have still had good seasons. Middle Tennessee has won 3 of their last 5. Toledo has won 4 of their last 5. Some key points: Middle Tennessee 6-6, talented football team. They have been a bit inconsistent this season, so that does concern me a little bit going into this matchup. I mean, they've gotten some solid wins this season, no doubt, but they've also taken some bad losses down the stretch. 4-4 in Conference USA games this season, so middle of the pack team in the Conference USA. And the rush defense has been solid this season, so going up against that Toledo rushing core should be okay for Middle Tennessee. But obviously Toledo is more than just a rushing offense. They're also pretty good in the passing area as well. As for Toledo, statistically, they have been better than Middle Tennessee this season. I mean, if you look at the stat comparison and all of the stats here, I mean, Toledo just straight up, they are the better team statistically in the season. And I mean, Conference USA and MAC, the conferences don't really have that much difference in strength or talent-wise between the conferences. So for Toledo, I mean, 7-5. They do have a better record than Middle Tennessee as well. So, I mean, obviously, I mean, it goes down to the points per game and the stats as well. Toledo statistically has been better this season. So, I mean, it explains why they're the favorite for this game by 9 points. They've also won 4 of the last 5, as I said before. Middle Tennessee has won 3 of the last 5. Both teams, once again, are pretty equal, I would say. I mean, this is still a pretty good matched, pretty equally matched bowl game here. But that said, let's go ahead and get into the prediction here for Middle Tennessee State and Toledo. I've got the Rockets here, 34-24 is my predicted final score. Going with Toledo, I think Toledo in general, once again, statistically, just has been the better team all season long. I'm pretty confident we see Toledo win this game. The spread, I'm not so sure on. This could definitely be a closer game than the spread is saying, but I'm currently taking Toledo to cover the 9-point spread. But once again, I mean, if you're into betting, I mean, taking the spread here is definitely going to be a risky bet because, I mean, Middle Tennessee State, it's tough to predict how this team is going to do. I mean, once again, they've had some great performances. I mean, for all we know, they could go in and score 40 points in this game and get the win by a touchdown or two. I mean, it's very possible, but I'm going to go with Toledo here, 34-24, just more confident in the Rockets right now. Over-under is 53. I'm taking the over for this game as well. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below on this game, and I appreciate you guys all watching as always. Stay tuned for more from All Sports Central. I'll see you later.